Right. Right. Online students, is that the screen is visible? Online students can respond in the chat window. All the online students can respond in the chat window. Okay. What is the last topic? Bug life cycle. Okay. Severity is done, right? Okay. Right. Let's complete on that. Right. So the one we have been taking care about in implementing this particular bug life cycle. Along with that, we need to begin taking care about in completing this particular bug reporting. So the very first understanding, what is the meaning of bug reporting? Meaning of bug reporting, documenting the issue. So the meaning of bug reporting, we need to begin document that particular issue. While doing this particular bug reporting, we need to begin taking care about this particular bug template. As part of scenarios, taking with the help of scenario template, at the same time, as part of the test cases, using with the test case template. In the same way, we need to begin taking with this particular bug template. As part of bug template, first we are providing that particular defect ID, or we can consider that bug ID. Once we got provided that particular defect ID or bug ID, we need to begin provide status. If we get look into the status, what is the meaning of that status? Need to begin considering that what exactly progress of that particular bug. In that, the one we are providing that new. What is the meaning of new? New bug has been reported by the tester or developer. Tester or developer? Tester. So the meaning of the status of new, we need to begin considering that new bug has been reported by the tester. Whatever the bugs has been reported, identified, all that particular bugs, it will be informing to the development team. As a development team, they need to begin start working on that bug. Whenever they have been started working on that particular bug, they will provide with the status is open. What is the meaning of open? Multiple answers. Developer has been accepted the bug and started working on the bug. So that we need to begin considering that the status is open. And after that, which need to begin considering that giving with the status is fixed. Meaning of fixed? Developer has been completed working on the bug. Once it has been fixed it, whatever the bugs has been fixed it will be informing to testing team. As a testing team, whatever the bugs has been fixed it, what they have to do? Retest. Providing with the status is retest. Meaning of retest? Meaning of retest? Multiple answers I am getting, guys. Meaning of retest is? Why expected and actual? What you written yesterday? Confirming issue has been fixed correctly or not. If it is fixed correctly, what is the status? Close. If it is not fixed correctly, reopen. So that is what I will be mentioning about the status here. In a similar way, in case of developer, he can mention whether the status is open. That is one particular option. We got another option. In a place of open, developer can mention that duplicate. Meaning of duplicate? Same bug has been reported by multiple tester. Otherwise, in a place of open and duplicate, it can mention as a rejected. Meaning of rejected? Based on multiple discussions. It's need to be having a multiple discussions, and after that it will be decided that what exactly that particular status. And then we got an option of deferred. Meaning of deferred? Developer has been accepted the bug and working in next release. So that is what it will be mentioning about taking with deferred. So all these particular things we need to be get considering the bug life cycle. So first we got defect ID, need to be get provide ID of that particular defect or ID of that particular bug. Then we got status, need to be get provide what exactly progress of that particular bug. Along with that, need to be get taken care about in providing with severity and then taking with priority. So while documenting with the bug, we need to be get provide that particular severity and need to be get provide priority. As simple as consider that in case of tester, as a tester, whenever you have been reporting with the bug, as a tester, whenever you are reporting with the bug, we need to be get comfortable in deciding or providing that particular severity and then priority. To provide that particular severity, you need to be get use that particular respective terminologies here. As simple as mentioning that S1, or you can consider S2, or you can mention that S3, or you can mention that S4. So the one you will be mentioning about S1, S2, S3, S4. This is one particular option. Apart from that, taking with another terminology. In the place of S1, what you can provide? What you can consider? Mentioning that urgent. In case of some project, which it will be considering that critical. I mean, from one project to another project, the terminologies will make the difference here. Then you got S2. Meaning of S2? What is it? High. Which need to be get mentioning about high. Then you got S3. Meaning of S3? What is it? Medium. This particular one, which you will be considering the medium. Then you will be taking with S4. Meaning of S4? Which you will be considering the low. So this is what we got in a possibility in providing that particular respective severity. In a similar way, you can get provide. In a similar way, you can get provide that particular priority. The one you will be considering that severity, and at the same time need to be get considering that taking with priority. Just see that. Now, as a tester, we need to be get comfortable. As a tester, we need to be get comfortable in providing. As a tester, we need to be get comfortable in providing that particular respective priority here. Now, see that. So how we can provide or how we can decide these particular things. Further, First, we need to be get understand what exactly that particular bug. Based on that particular bug, we need to be get comfortable in providing that particular severity and then taking that particular priority. Indeed, the one we got mentioned taking with bug 1, we got considering that just an example, we mentioned that URL is not working. Considering that this is a bug, for this particular bug, we need to be get provide that particular respective severity. Let's see that. First, understanding the meaning of severity. Meaning of severity. Related to functionality. The meaning of severity is related to functionality because of reporting that particular bug. Because of reporting that particular bug, we need to be get see that how much functionality has been affected. Based on that, how much functionality has been affected. Based on that, you need to be get provide that particular respective severity and then taking with that particular respective priority. So first, understanding severity is related to functionality. Because of your reporting any of the bug, how much testing functionality has been affected. Based on that, you need to be get provide that particular severity. Now, considering with the bug, URL is not working. So in case of URL is not working, what is the severity you are providing? What is the severity? S1. Why we mentioned S1? So we are not able to continue the testing at all. So because of URL is not working, we don't have any possibility in continued with the testing. Because of that, we are considering that S1. Then we need to be get mentioning about considering with another bug. Mentioning that login functionality is not working. Considering that login functionality is not working. Okay. So now I can say that in case of login functionality is not working, what is the severity will provide? What is the severity? S1 or S2, S3, S4? What is it? S2. Why S2? It's not like blocking with 100% of testing. In case of it is blocking with 100% of testing, then we can think about in providing with S1. Login major functionality only, but not like the whole functionality has been stopped it. So that we need to be get considering that taking with this particular S2 here. So because of this login is not working, but at least we can test that new registration functionality. We got a possibility in getting testing with at least some of the percentage. Some of the functionalities we are able to continue, that we will be considering the S2 here. Then we got mentioning about taking that particular bug 3, considering that validation of check-in date is not working. So for that particular bug, what is this particular severity? What is the severity? Considering that S3. Why we mentioned S3? So the reason of we are mentioning with the S3, so not like blocking with the major functionalities, but it is affecting it, but not like into major thing. Because of that, we need to be get mentioning that S3, and then considering that which it will be taking with bug 4, that we mentioned that logo is not displaying correctly. So logo is not displaying correctly. So what is the severity? What is the severity? Considering that S4. Why we mentioned S4? Why we mentioned S4? Because of that particular bug, it is not affecting any of our testing activity. Because of reporting that particular bug, it is not affecting any of our testing activities. So for that particular purpose, we need to be get mentioning that taking with S4. In a similar way, we need to be get taking care about priority. Let's see that how we can decide this particular priority. The one I will be mentioning about taking with severity, and the one I will be mentioning about priority. This particular severity is related to functionality. How much functionality has been affected. At the same time, we got in a priority. Priority is related to client importance. Priority is related to client importance. I mean, while providing with the priority, you guys need to think about client importance. That particular bug, how much important it is for the client, how much important it is. Based on that, you need to provide that particular respective priority. Let's consider with the same bug, mentioning that URL is not working. What is the priority will provide? P1 or P2 or P3, P4. What is it? P1. Why P1? What is it? So that URL is not working. Even for the client also working with the URL. Even though it is testing URL, whenever he was looking into their application, URL need to be working. So that is important. So that he will be considering priority. What is the priority? Which he will be considering the P1 here. Okay. In a similar way, you got mentioned that login functionality is not working. What is the priority? P2. Why P2? Severity is S2, sir. Priority also P2, sir. P1. Why P1? That means for the client, everything is important, right? Client record. Login, okay. That means everything client has been required, right? So all the things you will mention by default as P1. Developer is important, client is important. Then developer important. Okay, see that. So which you will be considering that for this particular one, we need to be considering that particular P2. You need to be considering that. Right. So in case of this particular developer, this particular client, we need to be considering that all the functionalities are important only. But in case of login functionality is not working, as we have been reporting with the bug, it will be considering like having with P2, not like exactly P1. In case of any critical major things are there, that you will be considering that P1. Now assume that which it will be mentioning about validation of check-in date is not working. In case of this particular one, what is that priority will provide? What is that it will provide? P1 or P2, P3, P4. Why P3? Why P4? What exactly the bug is related to? What is that bug? The bug is related to previous date. Is it when you provide with the current date and future date? Working or not? Working or not? We are the tester. We need to test with the previous date, all the combination. Client is not doing any of the testing. He is not performing any of the testing activities here. He need to be looking into that particular flow. He will provide with the current date or he will provide that particular future date. Then he was able to continue. Whenever he mentioned that particular current date or whenever he mentioned that particular future date, that functionality is working fine. Because of that, you are taking with the priority. What is the priority? P4. Okay. Next. What is the next bug we got? This logo is not displaying correctly. What is the priority? P1 or P2, P3, P4 or none of the above? Okay. Severity is related to functionality. Severity is related to the functionality. Very easily you can provide because it is very straightforward related to the functionality. You will not be having any issues there. You will look into that how much functionality has been affected. Based on that, you need to provide that particular respective severity. But the problem is priority here. The confusion with the priority, because priority is related to client. Not client requirement, guys. Client importance here. Requirement is different, importance is different. So the meaning of priority is client importance. You guys need to think about for the client how much important it is. Whatever the bug you have been reported, you need to think like a client here. So you need to think like a client means not like going to US and then thinking here. You have to think like you are the client and then you have to see that what is the importance of that particular bug. According to that, you need to provide with the priority. See this particular bug. What is the bug it got mentioned? What is the bug it got mentioned? Logo is not displayed correctly. It will depends on that particular project status. Now assume that in case of the project has been in a very starting stage, in case of the project has been in a very starting stages, you can mention that the priority is P3. Because as a project is in a very starting stages, logo is not like that much of importance here. But assume that the project has been about to release or going to complete. Then from the client perspective, logo is very important. Then it will be mentioning the P2 here. So that is how you need to look into that in providing with the priority. So it will depends on that particular client importance. At the same time, need to look into that what exactly that project status. Based on that you need to based on that you need to provide that particular severity and priority. Now, in case of you guys has been attending with the interviews on testing, it can be fresher level or it can be experience level. If you are attending with the interview on testing, 100%, not like 99, 100%, any interview, any company, the common questions will be getting. The one regular question you will get. What is that regular question? Explain bug life cycle. The one question you will be considering that. Explain bug life cycle. That is one particular question. What is another question? What is another question? Severity and priority. Any interview, 100% will get in a question in asking that explain bug life cycle and explain severity and priority. So these two things are very 100% question you can consider. You may attend any interview, definitely you will be getting with the questions. So this is what you need to be considering that, taking with severity and then taking with priority. And I can see that this is what you will be considering that, which need to be mentioning about taking with bug life cycle and then taking care about that particular bug template. Now you can see this particular bug template. If you look into this particular bug template, according to this particular bug template, first you need to be provide defect ID. First you need to be provide defect ID, considering the ID of that particular bug or ID of that particular defect. Then you will be taking with status. By default, you will be providing with the status that you will be considering the new. Then you will be taking with severity. Severity is related to functionality. Then you will be taking with priority. Priority is related to client importance. Then you will be taking with model. Meaning of that model, which you will be taking with page name, or you can considering the model name. Then you will be taking with reported by. Reported by is tester. Right. So which need to be considering the reported by is tester. Then you will be taking with assigned to. Assigned to is one option is developer name. Another one group ID of development team. Another option providing the test lead name. Then you will be taking with browser, considering the browser name, found in version number, found in bill number, fixed in version, fixed in bill, provided by developer. Then you will be taking with title, or you can considering that summary. So what is that particular title? Meaning of title. Meaning of title, guys. A small overview or description related to bug, related to that particular bug. You need to be provide a small overview, or you will be taking with description here. Okay. And after that, you need to be considering the steps to reproduce. Then you will be taking with expected result, and which you will be taking with actual result. So the one you will be mentioning about taking with that expected result, and which need to be considered expected result. This is what you need to be provide all that particular respective things, considering that taking with the bug reporting by having that particular template, or according to that particular template you need to be documented. So that is what you got all the options here, taking with defect status, and then severity, and then taking with priority. In a similar way, we need to be understand about some more concept here. So just take with the heading, just have a heading is difference between defect, bug, error, and failure. So have a heading is difference between defect, bug, error, and failure. So just make a note of that particular description. Online students also make a note of this particular description. Will understand in a very detail. How many bugs identified? 20. Anyone got 40 bugs? 40. No. Online students, how many bugs has been done till now? Online students. 30. Make a note of that defect, and then taking with bug, and then taking with error, and then consider failure. Make a note of up to highlighted one. Done. What are other programs, other training programs you are attending apart from this? Core Java still not done, huh? Okay. Core Java still. HTML. Oracle. Okay. How about advanced Java? Core Java. Done? Okay. So let's understand what exactly mean by these particular things. We need to get understand about what exactly these particular things while attending with the interview. For now, we mentioned that bug and defect both are same. We can consider both are same only. If interviewer has been asking that explain bug life cycle or explain defect life cycle, it will be explaining with the same concept. In case of any of the specific interviewer is asking that bug and defect both are same or not. In case of any of interviewer is asking that is that bug and defect both are same or not, then we can consider that not like both are same. In general, will be saying that both are same only, but particularly if we get looking to the bug and defect, not like both are same. So what exactly make the difference here? The very simple understanding. You will be knowing about white box testing. Meaning of white box testing? Meaning of white box testing. Testing done by the developer related to code level. The meaning of white box testing done by the developer related to code level. So according to the real time, whenever that particular build has been releasing to the testing team, this particular development team, they're already done with the coding. But once they're done with the coding, while releasing to the testing team, they will be doing with white box testing. At the time of they are doing white box testing, if they got identified any issue, then we can considering that or using the terminology is defect. As simple as any issues has been identified. Any issues has been identified in development phase. What will consider? Defect. Any issues has been identified in development phase, that we will consider as a defect. It's not like because of developer identified, reported to tester is fixing the bug. No concept at all. So tester will never involve in the coding. It will not fix the bug. According to the terminology, issues which has been identified in development phase, consider as a, what do you consider? Defect. You are using the terminology as defect. It's not like you are reporting that particular defect. And once the development is done, build will be released. Once build has been released, this particular testing team need to be get started doing with the testing. So as simple as Issue identified in testing phase. Issue identified in testing phase. What will consider? What will consider? Bug. So the actual terminology, issues identified in development phase, consider as a defect. Issues identified in testing phase, consider as bug. So the one it got mentioned there, defect and then bug. At the same time, issues related to the coding. I mean, coding means you guys are doing with your training program, core Java, advanced Java. When you guys are practicing your program will not be executed. What is the terminology we'll use? You will say that there is an error in the program. So we'll be using with the terminology, there is an error in the program. So issue related to the coding. It can be development, testing, whatever it can be. Issues related to the coding. Consider as a error. What is the last one? What is it? Failure. So the meaning of failure, issues related to production or live environment. Issue related to production or live environment. Development is done. Testing has been done. Then came into the live environment. In the live environment, in case of any issues are there, that will be considering the failure here. Now, the whole conclusion in a very simple way of understanding. Any issues identified in development phase. What do you consider? What do you consider? Defect. Any issues identified in testing phase. What will consider? What will consider? Bug. Issues related to coding. What will consider? Error. Issues related to the production. What will consider? What will consider? Failure. That is how you guys will say that in case of the mobile, you will be saying that that particular model of the mobile has been failure in the market. That particular model of the four-wheeler, failure in the market. I mean, development has been done, testing has been done, came into the live, but it got some issue. That you will be saying that failure here. Otherwise, in a very simple way of understanding, you guys will be taking with the watching the movies here. Watching the movies? What is the latest movie? So if you get that particular movie, at the time of movie has been released, after that you will decide. What you will decide? Failure. So will be decided that movie has been failure or success here. At the time of movie is not released, you are not decided. That movie need to be released. You guys need to be get watching that, and it will be decided that either it has been failure or success. I mean, which has been came into the live environment. So that is what I will be mentioning about taking with failure here. So the one it will be considering the defect and then mentioning the bug and then consider error and then consider failure. So what is the meaning of defect? Issues identified in development phase. Meaning of bug? Issues identified in testing phase. Meaning of error? Issues related to coding. Meaning of failure? Issues identified in live environment or production. So that is what you consider as a failure. So this is what need to be get mentioning that. Taking with defect and then consider bug and then consider error and then taking with failure. So this is what need to be get understanding the maximum things of our STLC. Meaning of STLC? Software testing or development? Testing. So meaning of STLC is software testing life cycle. As part of STLC, what is the first step? What is the first step? Requirements understanding. After that, test plan. After that, test scenarios. After that, test cases. After that, test execution. After that, taking with bug reporting. Meaning of bug reporting? Documenting the comparison of expected result with actual result. Meaning of test cases? Meaning of test cases? Meaning of test scenarios? Okay. So this is what you have to take care about as part of implementing with manual testing. Apart from all these things, we got a concept of test closure that we'll be discussing it. Before going to that, let's understand about some more. For now, we have been taking care about implementing this particular manual testing. Now this particular manual testing, we need to be get implement in the two ways. Manual testing only, that particular manual testing, we need to be get implementing two ways. The one, we will be considering that the one, last from 2 days I'm saying you both guys. Looking to this particular manual testing. Manual testing can be implemented taking with this particular templates. The one we will be mentioning about templates. At the same time, this particular manual testing we can implement with the help of tools. Manual testing only, not like automation testing. We are still in manual testing. This particular manual testing only, it can be implemented with the help of the templates. That is one particular option. What is another option? Taking with tools. This particular templates, as simple as till now what you have been done, everything you are taking into the template. As simple as the test plan, you will be having the respective template. Test scenario, you will have in a template. Test cases, and then consider test execution, and then taking with bug reporting. All the things you got taking care about implementing in the template. So all the things you are taking care about in implementing with template, that is one particular option. Apart from that, you will be taking with one more option. What is that option? What is it? Tools. But this particular tools, again, it has been divided into two things here. The one you will be considering the management tools. The one you will be considering the management tool, and the one you will be considering the bug reporting tool. So you got management tool and then taking with bug reporting tool. So the tools only, that particular tools, you got in two things here. The one you are considering the management tool, and the one you will be considering the bug reporting tool. See the understanding. concept is manual testing. This particular manual testing we can implement in two ways here. In that, one is templates, another one tools. That particular tools is divided into two things here. In that, the one you are consider management tool. Another one is which you will be considering the bug reporting tool. Now, see the understanding. We are mentioning the tools only, but meaning of the tools is, it's not like you guys has been open the tool and sitting in front of system doing the sleeping, tool is doing manual testing. No concept at all. It has been mentioned tool, but tool means it's not like tool is writing the scenarios, tool is writing the test cases, tool is executing it, and you guys are sleeping by the end of the month asking for 40,000 salary here. 40,000, 50,000? 60, huh? 50, okay. 60,000, huh? Okay. So you can decide whatever it can be. You have in a very good salaries or there in the IT market, but it depends on how you will be clearing with the interviews. As a fresher level also, the very good salaries are going on. Nowadays, the trend has been started in the Naresh IT. So most of the people, they are getting with the 7 lakhs of package as a fresher level. Seen that? Yesterday one drive is done, knowing it? 7.2. So yesterday that they have been offered 7.2. For developers, they have been given 7.2. Testers, they have been given 7.2. DevOps, they have been given 7.2. 3 technologies they have been done with the drive. So all the people means they have been done with the interviews and then they have been given with the offer letters with the package of 7.2 as a fresher level, not like experience. So that is how the market demand has been there. So see that how you guys can utilize with the market opportunities. That is what I'm saying from the day one. Please, in further, you doesn't know how the market will be there. That is a different, but as of now, the market is running in a very good way. Lot of people in a fresher level only having with the very good salaries are there. Just see that how you can learn with the subject in the proper way and see that attending with the interviews and then clearing with the interviews. Don't go with any other options and don't get divert with other things also. On the day one itself, I clearly mentioned that if you want to be getting a job in IT, if you want to be getting a job in a IT, never believe your best friends here. If you believe your best friends, you never get the job in IT. This is 100%. I'm not talking about other things here. I'm just talking about only IT. Because the reason I'm saying that is you guys will be having lot of best friends will be there. Having it? Okay, very perfect then. So when you are having with the best friends, assume that you started attending with the interview. For example, assume that you started attending with the interview. One of the interview you are going for Accenture. Just assume that. From the hostel you started to attend that interview. You have a lot of best friend is there. From other hostel your best friend has been came and then asking that. What he was asking? No, he was asking that where you are going here. Very seriously will be answering it. What he will answer? I'm going for interview here. Immediate question your friend will be asking. What is that question? But very perfect here. What is it? Which company here? Then he will answer here. What he will answer? Assume that Accenture here. He will be giving with the answer is Accenture. Then that particular best friend also. Very seriously he will be answering it. What he will answer? He will be answering that one of my friend already attended the Accenture interview. He told that it is very difficult. No use of attending the interview here. Then he will decide. What he will decide? Because who told that there? Best friend has been mentioned. Suresh sir mentioned, you never hear. Kishan sir also mentioned, you never hear. Anyone mentioned, you never hear. But best friend has been told that. What he told that? Interview is difficult. Then what he will decide? Drop the interview here. These things will definitely happen because of that. You never believe with the best friends. For the IT, you should not be believing it. Remaining things, that is a different. But in the IT, not only getting with the interview. I'm clearly saying that if you want to be getting a success in the IT career also here. In the IT career, you have to sing your own song. Me song, mere paadkovali. You have to sing your own song here. Then only you can get success in the IT career. If you got any dependency on other people, you never success in the IT here. Working in other environments is totally different. Working in the IT, little bit make the difference here. So because of that, by your own, do the hard work. By your own, learn with the subject. Don't look into that what your friend is doing, which training he was doing. Is that core Java, advanced Java, data science? Lot of science are there here. Nothing to worry about all those things here. You decided one training. Do the training in a proper way. Learn the subject in a proper way. And start attending the interviews. Clear with the interviews. That is what you have to look into that. Okay. See the concept here. This manual testing. What are the options we got implementing? One is templates. Another one is tools. That tools has been divided into management tools and bug reporting tools. Meaning of management tools? The meaning of management tool. In the name itself, we can understand. What is the name it is mentioning? Management. So meaning of management? Management. Managing. Managing the bugs is different. Okay. As simple as we can consider that managing only. I mean, the reason why we are mentioning that management tools is we need to be having the possibility of where you can maintain all the things in the tool only. We can maintain all the things in the tool only. I mean, in the tool itself, you can create test plan. In the tool itself, taking with test scenarios. In the tool itself, taking with test cases, test execution, bug reporting, everything you can implement in the tool only. Concepts are same. Because of working with the tool is not writing any test cases. You have to write the test cases. The only difference is in case of template, you will open that Excel and you will document it. In case of the tool, rather than opening the Excel, you will do the login into the tool and you will start documenting. It's not like because of the tool is doing all the things. Here, everything we have to do it. At the same time, you got bug reporting. So what is the name it got provided? Bug reporting. In the name itself, it is clearly mentioned that taking with bug reporting, that it will be mentioning about saying that documenting with the bugs here. So we got a possibility in just documenting with the bugs only. Apart from that, we cannot document anything related to that. Now, just an example. Considering that management tool. What are the management tools we got? Which you will be taking with Zira. And another one, which you will be considering that taking with rally. And then you got one more option that you will be taking with Tesla. The one you will be taking with Zira and then taking with rally and then taking with Tesla here. In a similar way, if you are taking with the bug reporting, if you take with the bug reporting, the one you will be considering that Bugzilla, and then you will be mentioning about taking with theme track here, and after that which it will be mentioning about taking with eye track here. So there are a number of tools are there in a market. There are a number of tools are available related to the manual testing. But any tool related to manual testing, you doesn't require to write any code. You doesn't require to write any coding or anything. Manual is always manual. So you need to be get performing all the things in documenting. No concept of doing the coding, no concept of doing the programming. But as part of the industry or as part of real time, this manual testing, we got an option of taking with the templates and then taking with tools. In this particular Zira and then taking with the rally. This particular Zira and then taking with the rally, we can considering the taking with paid tool here. Meaning of paid tool? License. From that, need to be get start working. This particular testing, you can mention that taking with open source here. So the one you will be considering that taking this particular Zira and then taking with the rally testing. Not only these things, in a market, thousands of tools are there, but it can be any tool. Once you done with the login into the tool, very easily you can start working on it, because there is no concept of doing any programming or doing any coding. Just you have to understand that what are the steps need to be followed. Just navigation. So once you got that navigation, you will be able to see implementing all the things here. So for our practice purpose and interview purpose, we need to be taking care about Zira tool here. That particular Zira tool, is it free tool or paid version? Considering that paid version, but we can try in practicing with trial version to get work with the trial version. To get work with trial version, you can go to this particular URL. It will ask you about your Gmail ID, provide your Gmail ID and provide that password, and use with the option is considering that Zira software. You need to be click on the option of Zira software, then it will be taking into all that particular next button. It will be asking about work email. Work email is not like your office email ID or anything. You can continue with your Gmail ID. You can provide any of the name you can provide. Everything, your own things you can provide. Just follow these particular steps. Just follow all these particular steps, including with the screenshot. You will be able to complete with the setup. So once that installation is done, you need to install one app also. So you can go to that manage app and you have to try with the option is Zypher Scale. Just need to be install with the app also. All the steps have been given. All the steps have been given in a very clear way. Just follow all these particular steps. Once that app got installed, you have to enable all the settings. You need to be enable all the permissions here. Just complete that, making with all the permissions here. By that setup will be completed. So by tomorrow, if you guys can complete that particular setup, then we'll understand about how we can document the bugs in Jira and how we can document the test cases in Jira. That we'll be looking into that. After that, we'll be taking with the concept of types of testing, and finally I'll be taking with test closure. So after test closure, I'll be getting started with automation testing. So before getting started automation testing, try to complete all the activities of manual. Along with that, take care about your core Java concepts also. I'm not teaching any core Java concepts here. So directly I'll start with Selenium. Because of that, just start refreshing your core Java concepts here. Not like into expertise, at least the basic concepts need to be required. So just take care about all those things. By that, automation we can do in a very easy way. Okay. So for tomorrow, take care about that setup installation. Parallelly take care about your bug reporting here. Okay. Clear? Carry on. Thank you.